Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Alright, so if you know me, I had my Honda Civic Type R, Audi SQ5. Been driving both. I decided to rent a Model 3 Performance on Turo. I wanted to rent the newer style. Obviously, I own the 2023. If you follow the channel long enough, you'd know. I've had a 2023 Model 3 Performance. I liked it, to go around and make plenty of videos of my experience with it. Really like the car. However, there are some little things, but every car is not perfect. So there are things that you're going to see that, oh, you know what? I wish the car had this, wish the car had that. And long story short, I wanted to see if it was fixed with the newer ones. I know that they added some of the features, ventilated seats, supposed to be more sound deadening and more improved, and the range would be a little bit better. Those were like my main complaints, and plus also having the performance version of the car. When you have the performance of the previous gen, all I had was just a carbon fiber spoiler, Uber turbine wheels, and red brake calipers, which was, they really set it apart. And also during the time I bought my car, a lot of people were just ordering performance because it was the shorter weightless. I just felt like it washed it out more, because there wasn't really much of a difference. It didn't come with hard suspension. The suspension was just the same. So anyway, I wanted to see what this is like. I drove it for a while, but I thought, let's do a test, because I'm really considering Tesla Model S Plaid. In my budget, I'm looking at like a 2022.5. I want the Matrix headlights, but I want to see if can the Model 3 Performance give me everything the Plaid can offer. Because if I can choose, just because I'm a tech, I like tech stuff too, having hardware 4 makes it worth it. If I can get a hardware 4 Plaid, 100% I'll be on that. But I just can't justify that amount of money when I could use that for other things. So my goal, I'm charging this car right now to 100%. And I'm going to test it out. As soon as it hits 100 or at least 99, I'm going to take it out. And I'm going to see the acceleration. Can this car do a 10-second quarter mile like I see? If it does 10-second quarter mile and it feels fast enough, maybe I'll be like, you know what? I don't need the Plaid. This can do just enough. I mean, if I have a 10-second car for a daily, do I really need a 9-second car? Do I really need a car that can go, 0 to 2 in 1.9? 2.9 is plenty. So let's see what the car can do. Let's get out the road and let's get started. And if you haven't, I have a link. You can order Tesla. I'm not sure if it's still good whatever, but there's referral codes and stuff in there. But anyway, thank you very much, and we'll get started. So I had a chance to review the stats, and you can see the Tesla is advertised 0 to 60. I think 0 to 60 it shows like 3.1 or 3.0, but I actually showed the 1 foot rollout is what Tesla was advertising, and the 1 foot rollout was showing 2.8 in insane mode. So I added some bonus and show you the standard mode. Standard mode was 3.8. And I think regular or chill mode was like 7.5. And it is all on 1 foot rollouts. But it kind of solidifies my decision actually, because the car feels more sustainable in the higher speeds anyway. At least for the highway passing, even in standard mode, it feels like it is delivering enough power for me. So I may be changing. I may be strongly changing. I'm gonna let you know in a future video what I decide, but I'm leaning really towards the Model 3 performance. It feels more like a more point and shoot car for what I need it for. I have the X7 for luxury, so I really don't need to go full on Model S for a luxury car. Although it's nice, and the 1.9 is something that be cool to have with and live and experience. But here in the Bay Area, the traffic, I just don't get the time or the opportunities to be able to use that, be able to put the pedal down more than like 2 seconds without hitting speeds that are just ridiculous. I could probably have more usable fun with the Model 3 because it's not terribly fast. Now, if they say, all right, guess what, we're coming out with a Model 3 Plaid, that'd be pretty cool. I might just get that just for fun, but no, it's just a bigger car, and I don't know. I feel it's wide too. It just feels like it takes up more room to drive away for a daily. I don't know, but overall I'm impressed with it. Let me know in the comments what you think I should do. Should I go for the Model 3 performance? Does it check all the boxes you think? Like I said, I have other cars for the other needs. I got the M3 for the weekend fun, the X7 for the luxury and the family cruising. Obviously, the Type R is supposed to be the fun daily, but that's going away. And then you have the SQ5, which is kind of overlaps a little bit more with my X7, or my wife's X3. It just sort of does everything, but nothing too well. So I want to try to just narrow down the garage, kind of recalibrate everything, get something a little bit more focused. And like I said, when I had my last Model 3, my 2023, it was fine. I liked everything about it, but my little nuances, little complaints, and it's like, oh, I don't know. And we'll see. Hardware 4 is also pretty cool. So I'll let you guys know in the video. So thanks for watching.